Hello, guys. So, welcome back, or welcome if you're new to It's a Girl's Life, where teens become inspired, learn to create, and share advice. So, today's episode is really special because I get to interview with Mariana Akins, who is the recipient of the Grace by Grit scholarship that this year I, along with the team board, fundraised for. And I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit about the Grace by Grit Foundation scholarship and a little bit about how I became involved before we get into our interview. So, here's the story. So, in the addition to last year's event, it was also in February 2020. So, this past February, we started our own fundraising campaign because the Grace by Grit Foundation finally became a 501c3. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it, which means that they're just like a real nonprofit. So we were able to fundraise for it. And how we did that is essentially I organized a teen board who was about 20 girls who worked together to spread the word about the event, put up flyers, share the event with their friends, get attendees to come, talk with their schools to publicize it and stuff. And then they're really big to do, which was the main thing, was fundraising. So in January we launched our fundraising campaign, and we did the bigger companies that I knew, and they did like local fundraising with their families. But we raised, which is really, really exciting, we raised $22,000, which is just amazing. I'm totally blown away. And with that money, we had three different things that money went to. So a part of it went to funding a scholarship, the Grace by Grit scholarship winner. That turned into a national scholarship that they put out in May. And Mariana, who I am interviewing today, so excited to. Her story is literally amazing. I'm sharing with you guys her story today. That is where she comes in. And then the other parts was we gave some funds to our sponsor, which was Rainbow Babies Children's Hospital, University Hospitals, local Cleveland and Ohio. I don't know if they're also in other places. I just know that they are definitely here in Cleveland. They were partnered with us, and we were able to donate some of our money to their children's and teenagers, but specifically more teenagers, and it's called the Angie Fowler AYA Cancer Institute here at the UH hospitals, which is really important because these teens are not kids, but they're not adults, and they need specific care that UH is able to provide them, and we are able to fundraise for. It was so cool for us because our event's for teenagers, and I love talking and teaching and learning from other teens as well, so I thought that was really special. And the last thing was just to fund all of the rest of our events, the Get Gritty events. So at the end of this episode, I'll tell you a little bit about what we're doing this year. That's going to be a big change to the Get Gritty events. We got another amazing collaboration for this year's event, and I'm so excited to announce that as well. But let's get into the interview with Mariana because I really want to share that with you guys, and I think that's really, really exciting too. To introduce yourself, say your name, where you're from, and the exciting reason why we are talking and discussing today.
Well, my name is Mariana Akins. I'm from San Diego, California, and I am the blessed recipient of the Grace by Grit Foundation Scholarship. And I'm super excited to be a part of this and have this opportunity because it's going to help me a lot going into college, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
Yeah, I'm so excited for you too, and I'm so excited to be able to see like how well you do in college, be able to really take advantage of this opportunity as well.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so then I wanted to know, like, when did you begin your love for soccer, and do you know why you wanted to play the sport other than any other sport?
For sure. My sister is 4 years older than me,
Mhm.
and she started playing soccer first. And me, being the competitive little sister I am, was like, if she can do it, I can totally do it.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
had to watch her play for like the longest time, and then finally I was able to play. And once I started playing, I couldn't stop, and I was obsessed. So yeah, my love for the sport definitely came from my sister at first, and then having a team with me all the time, and just having that core family that like never changes is just, it's amazing. So yeah.
Yeah, I never, well, I have two older brothers, but I never really followed in any of their like sportsy footsteps. But I definitely followed them in their love for going to an overnight camp that we always go to now in the summer. And I
Hmm.
always really wanted to go when I was little, but I was never old enough. And then when I was 8 years old, I was allowed to go for my first summer away from my parents, and I had the best time. So I've been obsessed with it ever since. And similar to you, it's been another family home away from home as well. So that's really cool that we are both able to have experiences, even though they're different things. And then I wanted to know more about how has being on a team like affected you? Like, do you think being a part of a team is important and that like other children should be able to have that experience? And why do you think that as well?
I think being on a team, it's honestly the best way a child can learn to share compassion, empathy, all those aspects that I think make a great human being. Because I mean, I've played with dozens of girls throughout my like 10-year span of playing soccer, and I know like all about their backgrounds and their families and how they struggled as well and how others didn't struggle. And I think just knowing these different backgrounds from different players, it really helps you just learn more about other people's cultures, their lives. And I think it's super important for kids of all ages to know that, especially during a climate like today where, people can't comprehend what it's like to be another person. I think teams are a
Yeah,
great way to get to know one another and also to just learn more about people's cultures and backgrounds, just raise empathy and awareness for others.
I so agree. I think that's so important as well. And like, as you said, especially today in this day and age, we're all actually like going through something different at this time, and also we're all learning about how to like become better listeners to each other. So I think that definitely being on a team, especially even now, is really important as well. I'm glad that you were able to I'm glad that you know and you're able to articulate how important that is to you, because I think it's definitely important to other girls too.
Mhm.
So then, do you think that being on a team has made you a better leader or a better person overall? And why do you think so?
Well, I would like to think it has.
Well, oh yeah.
No, but in all seriousness, I think that being on a team, like that's where my leadership qualities kind of began to grow because like the first time I got to play club soccer, like my team was really good compared to like the other teams in our area and I can see that. And I knew that we could be so much better than just like what we were. So I think motivating people and just having that passion and also like inspiring others to have that same passion as you totally comes from sports and being a leader and being a part of a team. So yeah, being on a team has definitely helped me set goals for myself and others and teach myself how to communicate in a way where others will actually be inspired to follow in my footsteps. So I
Mhm.
definitely owe the teams I've had growing up to my leadership capabilities now.
That's great. That's so nice. And it's great that you're able that you know and that you're confident about it as well, because I think that will really, when you're talking to other people or when you talk to other people about your past team experience, it really shows that, you're comfortable with being with who you are and and who, who you have become because of being on a team, which is also really, really cool. And I am not someone who's super sporty, so I never really got those leadership qualities from being on a sports team. But since I'm so into finding like leadership and how to become a better person myself, over the years I've gotten to learn different leadership related qualities through different experiences as well. So I think that is definitely really special as well. And okay, so you know that the 2020 scholarship winner, you were picked, which is so, so, so exciting. I was so glad to see your face, read and watch your video as well on the Grace by Grit website. I thought that was so special and something that I've never even been able to actually like be in the process of raising money and then seeing where it's actually going as well. So I thought that was just really cool.
Oh,
And you know that that was a scholarship that went out to the whole country. So it's really special for you that you were able to be the recipient of that as well. So this year, the scholarship was raised through a group of 20 teen girls around my ages, and they're all high schoolers as well. We raised a total of $22,000, which is amazing, and I'm so, so, so proud of that. And I'm so proud of the teamwork that I was able to grow and really expand on with the team board this year. And I also, I watched your video and I read your application, but I really wanted you to share again with me your gritty moments, and I just wanted to learn a little bit more about that. So if you could just share whatever you would like about that, that would really be great.
Of course. I think that it's, first of all, I just wanted to say how incredible you are and your team, because that is like, I mean, especially for girls our age, like that is something that should not be taken lightly. That's amazing. So I just wanted to compliment you for that. That's
Yeah.
great. You're going places, girl. I'm telling you, that's crazy.
Thank you. That's so nice.
My pleasure. But I think that I mean, growing up Black in America is obviously difficult, and being a female as well. But I think um, where I grew up, I was very blessed to be in a great educational system and everything. And my gritty moments usually came from my home life. And I think that's what was always, uncertain for me. Because I mean, soccer has been the one consistent thing throughout my life, but it was being at home that was just like, ups and downs and highs and lows for sure. I would like to say that I love all my family members, and my sister has been a huge inspiration to me, but growing up hasn't always been, the easiest feat. My dad left us when I was in 7th grade, and he was kind of in and out from when I was in 4th grade because he had a job like a few hours away from where we lived. So like he would come home on the weekends, maybe he'd stop by once or twice, stuff like that. But then he actually left without wanting to come back in 7th grade. And by that time, my sister was a junior. And for me, it was very hard to wrap my head around, like, we were like almost there, almost, past the horizon. And it was just super hard for me to grasp that after everything, because he was a great dad until, he wasn't. So it was just one of those things that was really hard for me and my family to grasp. And my sister was in and out of the house. She got kicked out a couple of times. My mom struggled with mental health a lot when I was growing up. So it was, I loved being out, and I think I put more work on myself and made my schedule even more busy just so I can, help others, because I felt like the more I could help others, maybe that good can come back in my life, because I was really struggling with myself and my family, which I'm blessed because I got to meet so many more people. But I think that when it comes to my family, uh, it was definitely hard having like a stable home that just fell apart really quickly. Because I'll never forget the day, because when my dad left, he actually went missing for a while too. So when he went missing, the cops had to come to our house, and they're like, hey, your dad, he's missing, and not only is he suicidal, but he's homicidal as well. So it was, and we had heard nothing of it, and it was a woman who reported that, so we're also confused about that, and it was just a big old ordeal and everything. But yeah, it was pretty crazy, and we had to live in a hotel for a little bit. But I think that even after all of that, it just really showed me how, like, who my real friends were for sure. Because when I was going to school with living in a hotel with my sister and my grandma at the time, it wasn't the best home environment. So I think that being able to have friends who would support me and help me where I needed it was also super important. And so I'm really grateful for those friends, and for my mom for being as strong as she was, because now she's rolling and moving, and she's doing her thing, and I'm really proud of her. And seeing her kind of evolve and become independent has been a real inspiration. Seeing my sister grow up has also been a huge inspiration on me too. So I think despite everything, it was all worth it, because in the end it really just made me a better person, because now I see like everyone has their own story. Mine's just one. So it's definitely, I mean, yeah, it was hard, but I'm grateful it happened, because I wouldn't be the person I am today without it. So yeah.
I'm so impressed. I think that is just like such a great story, and I'm so glad that I'm going to be able to share some snippets of it as well with my followers, because also hearing it from another person does show you that people do go through things that are messy during their lives, but people like you who take action from that and use their energy in really good ways to help other people and to help yourself as well, I think is really special and really, really cool, because there is probably some people out there who have some sort of a situation that is happening at some point in their lives, and maybe they give up, maybe they don't try to get back out there and take action, or maybe they don't try to, use their past to really like fuel a better outcome in the future, which I really respect as well. So go
Yeah.
you, because that's really cool. And I think that I like, from hearing it right now, I was really blown away as well. So I'm really glad that I was able to hear more about that too. So another question that I have was, in your own words, how do you define grit?
Ooh, well, grit to me is being dealt cards that don't, favor you, but also making something out of it. Because I mean, everyone's been through grit and has had challenges in their life,
Mhm.
but a lot of people also let those challenges overcome them. And I think having
Yes.
grit and really just, going through it hard or easy, whatever path it is, I think just being able to get through it that's grit. So
Yeah, snaps. I like that. That's great, because that's exactly like, just listening to your story just now, I was literally thinking about that. And what you did was that you took one of your challenges or your many challenges in your life, and you really used that to get back out there and to show people, like, I'm still strong, like, I still got it, like, I'll be out there again. Not me, but
yeah.
like you, but um, and then, was there any other moments in your life through your middle school years, maybe through your high school years, do you ever had doubts about continuing to play soccer, or were you always like, I'm going to play soccer, I really like to play soccer, I'm going to continue it, I'm going to go to college for it? How did that really go? That
100% I've had doubts. I mean, I've had a few coaches that were really, of course, one of my worst coaches I ever had, or not my worst coach, but a coach that really challenged me mentally, I'll say,
Yeah.
was at the same time, I received like a suicide note from my dad. So I think that during that time when I was playing soccer, and then I had that note that like it hit the same exact moment practically. And I just think soccer had always been an escape for me.
Mhm.
And at that point in my life, soccer was like, I didn't like going to soccer because I always felt
Yeah.
so like, bad after every single practice.
Mhm.
So my sophomore year for sure, I was struggling and thinking, should I even do this? And a lot of girls sophomore year for soccer, they commit to a college like really, really early because
Mhm.
I mean, why wouldn't they? They're amazing. So
Yeah.
and I hadn't committed yet. So I was like, oh, I'm not even committed yet. Should I even keep on playing? My coach
Yeah.
hates me,
Oh,
and I was going through everything. But I think what got me through that was just the love and respect I had for my team because I mean, we wanted to win a national championship. Everyone wanted to win a national championship, and we all pushed each other.
mhm.
And I think having that family bond really made me like I can't let them down despite my own struggle. So I think that really helped me get through it, and I'm so grateful that I was able to get through it because
Yeah, of course.
soccer has been the centerpiece of my life still. So
Of course. And I think that's also really cool, and it does show you, like, after everything did unfold, and after you were able to come up above the challenges that you were dealing with before, that you do have it, and you know that since you've already been through something, and since you've already been through multiple of those setbacks or challenges, like, you know that you can deal with it, and you were able to rise above it as well. So that's very nice. And then my last question was just, if you had one piece of advice to share with your younger self, or with another younger friend or family member or anything, what do you think it would be?
I think it would be that everything has a purpose and that just if it doesn't make sense right now, it will in the future. Because that's something I would have liked to known back then, and I'm grateful that I'm able to share with people who are struggling like I did when I was younger.
Aw, I really like that as well. And I like that. I think that's like a really nice way to put it, because a lot of the times I feel some people um when either if it is like a good moment or a bad moment in someone's life, they might be struggling to see like, well, how is this going to help me in the future? And I think that when people do get to the future, they sometimes look back on times in their life and see really how that was a step of growth, even if it didn't feel like you were going in the forward direction. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that just knowing that, and also as you said, like, you're really special that we were able to talk about all this stuff, and also that I'm able to further share your story, and it seems like you're going to be able to share your story with other girls as well, and share with them these moments that you've had, and also these lessons that you've learned, because I think a lot of really important stuff happens and is able to people are able to continue to stay strong when they hear other people's stories that are inspiring to them, and show them that, another person has done it before and I can do it now. So I really am so thankful that we could meet, even if it was virtual, and even if we're in two different states across the country. But this is really, really special, and I look forward to connecting with you in the future. um, I didn't know if you had any more questions for me, but I had none more at the moment for you. So I just wanted to say thank you so much. This was really special.
Thank you. You're the one I should be thanking. My goodness, all the work you put in.
No, this is so cool. Like, I'm so blown away, and I'm so inspired right now. Like, thank you. Hey guys, it's Charlotte now, but I just wanted to say thank you, Mariana, for meeting with me over Zoom and talking with me and letting me interview you and ask you a few questions just about you, and to learn more about our scholarship recipient for this year. I am so impressed by her story. I hope all of you guys are inspired as well. And I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit about how we're changing the Get Grit events for this following year. There are a lot of big updates and a lot of new things that happened after the finishing of our this past February's event. I'm so excited to share with you. So we're just going to segue into talking a little bit about that. But Mariana, if you're listening, I just want to say hi and thank you so much. This was an amazing talk, and I'm so glad that we are able here to inspire other teens. So let's get into talking about the changes from the Get Grit events for this year. I was actually reached out to our John Carroll University, which is a local university here in Cleveland, actually reached out to me talking about sponsoring and collaborating on the next event. And since they already have their own set of events called the Dare to Dream Retreats, they were really interested in talking with us about how we could collaborate um, for this year. So I'm super excited to say that after last year's event, John Carroll University, which is actually right near to my high school, reached out to me to discuss a future partnership, which is super cool. I never thought in a million years that a university would reach out to me to talk to me about my events, but look where we are now. So this year, instead of the event being in February, the event would now be in the fall, and it would be a part of John Carroll's Dare to Dream Retreat events. So we would also be having it in the upcoming fall. So it'd be the second event of 2020. And it would not be in the winter anymore. And then also, it is, instead of being called just Get Gritty Cleveland, it would be called Dare to Get Gritty Cleveland, because it's in collaboration, as I said, with the John Carroll Dare to Dream events. And also, what's really important is that this year the event is going to be free for all the attendees. It will be during the school week. We will be marketing towards the school to be able to send around 10 girls to the event from all the local Cleveland schools. And it would essentially be a field trip that these teachers would sign up their students. So I think that is just very cool, because we can have this event being we can have this content being taught to many different schools and girls in the area, be able to reach more people, and it just be a great day. So, with the specific content of the event and who could come, essentially we are going to be running 2 concurrent programs and have a keynote speaker in the middle. So, or at the end, but basically one of the concurrent events would be for the middle schoolers. So that would be 6th, 7th, and 8th. And then the second event would be for the high schoolers, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. And then there would be one culminating keynote speaker. And this year we decided that we would go back to the basics because we are joining in collaboration with John Carroll to the GRIT formula, talking about guts, resilience, how to deal with imperfections, and how to grow your team, and how to develop that over time. And this year, I also wanted to talk a little bit about the team board. So we are still going to have a team board, which is really, really exciting, but it's going to look just a little bit different. So in the month of August, I will be announcing the team board application, and anyone who is in the Cleveland area who is a teenager from 6th to 12th grade will be allowed to apply. The team board will have a new set of duties, I guess you would say, and a new set of how we will be communicating, because I have learned that through quarantine, people can meet much more often, even if they're at home with Zooms. So I think I'll be setting up a few of those. But essentially, the team board will be in August after they apply and get accepted. They will be working with the schools to make sure that their counselors, their teachers have received news about the event, make sure that they have followed back up to send girls to the event and really persuade them to tell them about how this is going to be a great day for the girls and how they really, really need it. So they'll be doing that in August, and then we will have the event on October 8th, so make sure to mark your calendars. And then after the event, we will be taking a little break until January, where we will start our fundraising campaign. And that fundraising campaign will be probably like 2 to 4 weeks in January, where we will be working with companies to be able to get donations, and that will be a big to-do of the team board. So we just wanted to make sure that we weren't talking to companies twice in the same year, because that's not necessarily right. So it would be better if we just waited until January of the new year to announce a new fundraising campaign. And so if you guys are interested, you guys are Clevelanders, you're local here in Cleveland, and you're interested in joining the team board this fall, please, please, please email me. It's itzagirlzlife@gmail.com, and I will add you to the list of people interested. But just know that the applications for the team board will be going out in mid-August, and those details will be coming out shortly as well. And then after we get you accepted, and after you're accepted, if you are accepted, we will be meeting to give you some information about what's talked about with your schools. And in January, as I said, we'll be announcing our fundraising campaign. So that is basically the gist of the event this year. It's going to be super, super exciting. But honestly, there will be more details coming about everything soon. But if you are interested in joining the team board and helping out with the event this year, please, please, please email me. And other than that, if you are in contact with your schools and you think this would be a fun event for your students or for any other classmates that you know, I think you should for sure email them and reach out and just say that I'm just giving you an update that this should be on your radar coming soon. So this will be really, really exciting. I'm so excited to be able to have this collaboration with John Carroll this year. And just was really good to talk to you guys about this new exciting news coming from the guy for the events. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have an amazing rest of your day.